I will say that it's not as good as the No Mas match between her and Mariposa, but it's enough for people to look at and think, wow, women's wrestling is very underappreciated. And it was even a moment where they had like a pose off where Johnny Mundo showed off his muscles and then Sexy Star showed off her muscles, and I'm thinking, in real life, I think Sexy Star could kick your ass, Johnny Mundo, so just don't even try. Don't even try. I just saw her muscles and I'm like, oh god, that's hot, but also scares me at the same time. Can we see Sexy Star versus Asuka just for the hell of it?
And on top of that, I mean, I hate to be the person that brings it to this place, but I will. When you really think about it, on top of that, everything with Johnny and Sexy Star, it's kind of like the ultimate equality moment, because no matter if you're a man or you're a woman, what kind of people you're attracted to, you have two very attractive-looking people beating the hell out of each other for fame, glory, and a big gold belt. That's basically wrestling in a nutshell. There is no way anybody can complain about this. How? What complaints could you possibly have? On top of that, to fill in the details a little more, the two attractive-looking people are Johnny Mundo in Season 3 of Lucha Underground, who's just been gold this season. Oh my god. And Sexy Star. I don't care what your complaint is. I don't care how valid it is. It's wrong.
Yeah, pretty much. The ending of the matchup happened in which we saw a bit of an exchange between Sexy Star and Johnny Mundo at the top of the cage, and the ultimate in disrespect in which Johnny Mundo removed the mask of Sexy Star. We did not see her face. And Johnny Mundo climbed out of the cage for the win. Now, I actually went on Twitter after seeing this because I was appalled, because I actually respect the ways and the tradition of what lucha libre is, and of course one of the main rules is that you do not take off the mask of a luchador. It's disrespectful to their family. It's disrespectful to their lineage. All in all, I understand that it was a great way for Johnny Mundo to get the win, but it's still one of those things where I just said to him, I actually said on Twitter, and I quote, "You disrespectful prick." Was I overreacting? Maybe a little bit, but I think I was justified.
I can feel you on that one. I got to admit, taking the mask off, even if they do go that extra step to make sure that her face isn't shown, that's not surprising. Lucha Underground is definitely the kind of promotion I would think to do that, but at the same time, I mean, that is some heavy heat to be calling down. I mean, demasking is a huge deal in Lucha Libre. I mean, Lucha Libre has a culture unto itself, and it in and of itself is important to modern-day Mexican culture. So it's a big deal. But damn it, if you can pull it off like that, where you do it, but they don't see the face, so it doesn't have that level of impact. It goes from, wow, this is the worst idea you've ever had, to, I really want Sexy Star to crush his head with a car. Which, despite what outsiders might think, is a good reaction.
Basically. And you're going to love this because it didn't end there, in which Johnny Mundo was celebrating. He was saying, haha, I beat you. I don't have to worry about you. Well, who would he turn around into? None other than the Mac, who would give him a nice big old stunner, and he would basically hold the belt above his head while Sexy Star kind of watched on. So we're definitely going to be getting Johnny Mundo versus the Mac in the near future. Like you said, you got Johnny Mundo, like you said, who is just gold this season, who is just a major, massive heel, looking amazing. And then you have the Mac, who is honestly a fan favorite in and of himself. This is going to be a matchup worth seeing. When it's going to be happening, I am very interested in finding out. But also, I'm very curious on what they're going to do with Angelico, because I originally thought that he was going to be the one that wins the entire thing, and they were going to continue off the rivalry there. That is not the case. So my question to you, Max, is do we see Angelico versus Johnny Mundo in the near future, possibly at Ultima Lucha 3?
I do think it's definitely going to happen. I do definitely think it's going to happen this season. I don't think it's going to happen at Ultima Lucha, though. I think that they might have some other plans. Who knows? Maybe they'll actually wait to blow all of this off with Sexy and Johnny at Trace. That would actually be rather fitting, I think. But no, I don't think this will get blown off at Ultima Lucha. I do think it's going to get blown off this season.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying there. I'm thinking that it might happen at Ultima Lucha 3, maybe on night 1. But who knows? Like you said, anything can happen in wrestling. So I'm hoping to see Angelico versus Johnny Mundo very soon. But all in all, I'm very happy with the fact that we get to see Johnny Mundo versus the Mac. Because it's Johnny Mundo versus the Mac, just like it's Nakamura versus Bobby Roode. Nope. I don't want to go into that infinite loop. I'm going to just stay professional, stay calm. So that is going to be all for Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and Lucha Underground. Quite a bit going on this upcoming year. We got a boatload of interviews that you guys are definitely going to want to listen to in January. Well, we have also that big announcement that will be taking place on January 1st. Well, you'll be happy to hear this, Max. I'll make this announcement right here. I am actually a supporter and Patreon nights, I guess you want to call it, for one of the more exclusive shows for wrestling, being the Don Tony and Kevin Castle show. And when I was giving a little bit to them, I was given the opportunity to appear on one of their shows. So you can definitely expect one of the shows that they're going to be producing next month will be featuring yours truly, because Beattie Club representing. That is going to be something you guys definitely want to check out. Again, guys, check out the review for Rogue One and Assassin's Creed because these movies are awesome. I'm guessing you're probably going to have your thoughts and reactions on the two movies probably in the next few weeks, maybe month.
Oh, heck, I'm actually planning on getting those up tomorrow night. I'd like them both to be up. They might not be up until fairly late tomorrow night, but they're definitely going up tomorrow night. And actually, I've got 3 videos planned for tomorrow and then 1 for Monday.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't really get a chance because of scheduling errors with work and whatnot this week to upload anything. So, and because of that, I'm going to do a triple upload tomorrow night. And then on Monday, I'm finally going to start addressing wrestling again. Well, I'll be discussing where things are going to be going with that, as well as an additional review that's going to be going up on Monday.
Oh, definitely check that out, you guys. Year-end review by Mr. Agent Cooper on YouTube. You got to check that out. It's going to be worth seeing. I'm going to be listening because this guy is very insightful. But I am kind of curious. So you mentioned a triple upload. That would probably be Rogue One, Assassin's Creed. What's this third upload, though?
Well, we'll have to wait and see.
All right, fair enough. So, guys, final thoughts, Max, on this week for professional wrestling, other than Raw needs to pick up the pace in 2017?
Well, Raw, you can pretty much copy-paste anything I've been saying for the last few months about. SmackDown continues to be enjoyable, and I continue enjoying seeing where all these different storylines are going. Lucha Underground continues to blow my mind to the back of the stadium. And NXT, infinite loop, that's all I'm going to say.
We are stuck in the infinite loop. That is Bobby Roode versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Definitely check that out, guys. NXT San Antonio will be taking place next year. Next year, actually. Next month, next year. It's going to be 2017, you guys. It's going to be very interesting to see, because this January is always the month in which we need to see where wrestling is going to be going. Last year, we found out that it was going in the same direction that we were thinking about, but they added a little twist with having Dean Ambrose involved. Thank God for that. But it's going to be very interesting to see how things go, because honestly, right now, this is probably going to be another one of those Royal Rumbles where we don't know what's going to go down. Nobody has really said, this is what's going to happen, this is what's going to happen. There's not been any clear indication of what's going to happen, so kind of interested in seeing where it's going. So, We're going to talk about that more next week on the year-end edition of the Squared Circle podcast. You guys, thank you so much for listening in. And, of course, you can always check us out on Spreaker.com, iTunesPlayer.fm, PodDirectory.com. You know what? You heard me already say this twice, so I'm not even going to repeat myself for a freaking third time. But you can also check us out on Twitter, Spencer Hart at Spencer Hart TSC. The Squared Circle Podcast champion, Max Beattie, at Agent Cooper 1989, as well as yours truly, Nate effing Great. And be sure to also give us a like on Facebook. Evolve Productions 316. Give us a like. Give us a thumbs up. Let us know what we can do. And prepare for it's going to be a great new year, you guys. And it all starts in January. So until then, for those of you that are, of course, celebrating the holiday, Merry Christmas to you. And for those of you that are atheists, I say this again. Get a life, and have a nice day. So, the Squared Circle Podcast, Nate the Effing Great with the Squared Circle Podcast champion, Max B, saying, have a Merry Christmas, and we will see you guys next week. Bye-bye!